Welcome in to Clear Picture Financial, powered by Prime Capital Investment Advisors right here in Charleston. Your host is Jason Noble, fiduciary advisor, holds his FINRA Series 66 securities registration, certified financial planner, and retirement income certified professional with over 18 years in the business, folks. And folks, this is always about retirement planning. We talk about it each and every day. So Jason, let's go ahead and jump right in. Most of our careers, what do? We just accumulate. We're saving. We're getting ready for retirement. And then when retirement arrives, how are you going to dole that money out? Well, we've got multiple retirement accounts, and just having them, that doesn't cut it. You really have to plan for this. You don't want to run out of money in retirement, which is the number one fear for retirees out there. So let's get to this. Moving away from accumulation. It's kind of a mindset.
Oh, it really is. And many people save in their retirement for the 401k or in Roth IRAs. But having a savings plan isn't the same thing as having a wealth plan for those funds and how they'll be used throughout retirement. Those who hope to retire, let's say in 2000, 2001, 2002, 2008, 2018, 2020, and now 2022, learn the hard way just how important it is to shift your mindset away from accumulation as retirement approaches. A wealth income plan focuses on preservation and protection of your assets as retirement nears to hedge against the market volatility and economic instability. The sequence of return 5 years before and 5 years into your retirement may have more of an impact on your success in retirement than the decades of savings up to it. So sequence of return risk, if you're not familiar with this, work with your professional or look it up yourself, because this is really important that you take this into account when it comes to shifting that mindset from an accumulation to then a wealth and distribution strategy.
I tell you, we work our entire lives, and we're kind of in that, it's a good rut to be in. You're saving. Then all of a sudden it is distribution time. You really got to prepare for this. You need to have a plan for this. And what about easing in to this phase, easing into this distribution?
Well, yeah, Morgan, like shifting from a decumulation mindset should not just be a sudden move, right? Rather than it should be a gradual on-ramp into retirement. Mm-hmm. If you're 10 or like less years away from retirement, take 10 to 30% of your portfolio out of those riskier investments and place those funds into asset classes outside of equities, such as an annuity or a bond strategy that can either protect your principal or provide guaranteed growth. Within 5 years of retirement, aim for about a 70-30 split between equities and the safer investments. Your strategy wealth plan should incorporate these types of investment shifts to provide a peace of mind and protection against major market volatility. The accumulation phase of life ends when you decide to retire, but which is under the control in most situations. Most, not all. Right? We're seeing more of this, especially in the tech sector, where it's not in their decision. But the distribution phase lasts as long as your lifetime, which is an unknown time frame. Having a plan to maximize your income sources will help ensure your long-term needs that are being met no matter how long your retirement lasts.
Well, there you go, folks. I mean, having a plan, being prepared, having that ease of mind, knowing that you have it down on paper. You've talked about it with your fiduciary. You feel better as you move towards retirement. Going over again, we saved our entire lives, and now it's time to flip that switch and, moving away from accumulation. And we are looking now at decumulation and some tips on how to help with that. So you ease into distribution. And then what about additional distribution savings? There are others out there.
Well, yeah, knowing how much income you need in retirement, adjust for inflation, will make sure you have enough liquid assets to meet your distribution needs. Current inflationary pressures are trending much higher, so those who are near or entering retirement must prepare for a potentially higher than normal inflation over the next decade. To lower your tax liability in a decumulation phase, when you start taking that money out, right? Consider moving some of your money out of your tax-deferred accounts like an IRA or 401k through what's called a Roth conversion. Your tax bill will increase in the year that you make the Roth conversion, but the additional dollars in your Roth account will grow tax-free thereafter. You just have to wait for the 5-year aging rule, okay? So be aware of that. Now, taxes are currently near an all-time lows, which means you will likely pay less for taxes now compared to in the future. What's concerning me as far as taxes in the future, Morgan, than anything, is the amount of unsecured debt we have at the national level.
Which means it's going up. Taxes are going to go up.
We know that taxes are going to go up with the sunsetting of the Tax Cut and Job Act. So this is the first time in my career I could tell you with 100% certainty taxes are going up.
Right.
However, what does that look like in the coming years up to the sunset and then thereafter? Right, and I understand they're having conversations about going after more corporations and higher income earners. Excuse me. However, I do see that trickling down into the lower brackets. So having that strategy in place and that tax plan in place, especially when it comes to having money coming out of your account, what you don't want is for 15-20% of your retirement savings going to Uncle Sam rather than coming into your pocket, right? So taxes are unavoidable to a certain degree, but there's ways to mitigate the taxes, and that's where the conversations around clear picture analysis comes into play.
And we talk about this all the time on the program, between now and when the taxes are going to go up, because you're right, they're going to inch even higher. Well, right now it's kind of hard to understand it, but taxes are on sale. So you need to have a conversation about your taxes as you move towards your retirement. And you can do that, again, with Jason Noble and his team at Prime Capital Investment Advisors. No cost, no obligation, no pressure. We're going to tell you about that as we move through this program. So again, we are talking about just going from accumulation to decumulation. It is a mindset. It's something that has been difficult for a lot, because when you think about it, you are saving your entire life. And these are just tips. Now, remember, ease into that distribution when you're moving away from your accumulation. And then there are some additional strategies we've talked about. What about RMDs? This is a big one.
Well, planning ahead for your required minimum distribution, also known as RMDs, can also lower your tax bill during the distribution phase of your life. Any money that's in a 401k or traditional IRA will be subject to RMDs, which now begins at age 73. I do want to pause here, right, just about that age. So if you were born at 1950 or earlier, well, it was still 72. That didn't change for you. 1951 through 59, it did change to 73. And then 1960 and later, that changed to 75, which was really cool. That was under the Secure Act 2.0 that came out on December 29th of 2022, right? So there's a thing about here is where you consider draining your qualified accounts as you go through taking your RMDs for your most conservative accounts first. This allows the more aggressive accounts to continue growing while you're satisfying those requirements. So those are the things of consideration. But the other thing is, when those RMDs come around, if you are charitably inclined and you have not incorporated QCDs, qualified charitable distributions, into your wealth plan, into your distribution strategy, you're missing a massive opportunity to still serve your community, but then also help yourself with the taxes. So this is not something that's talked too often, but that's why, Morgan, I wanted to take a moment to talk about it, because we focus on the things that others don't hear.
Well, and it's about having a plan. It's about working with a fiduciary and a team where, these questions are going to come up, and clients that come in and sit down with you, Jason, may not be thinking about that, but you're talking about it. You do this on a daily basis. So working with professionals, again, this is what they do. And this is about, helping you get to retirement and get you through retirement and avoid that number one fear, which is running out of money. So again, going from accumulation to decumulation, we're talking about it. The last point that we have is Social Security, which is a big pillar for a lot of people.
Yeah, your distribution strategy will determine the most optimal Social Security strategy to further maximize your retirement income. Now, we all know you can collect benefits starting at age 62, but that will reduce as much as 30% of your overall benefit. So if you wait until full retirement age, let's say 66 to 67, depending on when you were born, you can receive your full benefit amount. For anyone who waits until age 70 to claim benefits, an extra 8% will be added annually, which could result in an additional 32% in total. So most people are aware of the importance of accumulation, but planning for how you actually use your savings is critical for long, successful retirement. Be proactive by creating a wealth plan that incorporates a retirement income distribution strategy to combat, let's say future taxes, inflation, and we all know there's the one thing that we could guarantee in this industry is market volatility.
Yes.
Okay, so lowering these types of variables will be more in control of your retirement, allowing you to maximize your income and ensuring longevity throughout your retirement.
And think about this too, folks. We talk about it often here on Clear Picture Financial. This needs to be a custom plan for you because your puzzle pieces, your retirement path is going to be different. It's going to be unique to you. And when it comes to Social Security, we say it often. I mean, yes, the longer you wait, the benefits are there for you, but there may be a situation where you can't wait. But that you have to kind of have that all formulated in your plan so you are prepared and you avoid, as we talk about often, the number one fear, and that's running out of money in retirement. Just going blindly into retirement without a plan, that's some scary stuff. Working with a fiduciary, working with a team that does this on a daily basis, it helps you deal with everything that's in front of you. And there are a lot of moving parts when it comes to retirement. Well, we want to help. So we've got opportunities. We have 10 total spots for the entire show. Jason, let's talk about what's going to happen. Again, this is no cost, no obligation, no pressure, but these 10 appointments, walk us through those.
When you reach out, either by text or phone call, one of our specialists here will reach out to you and schedule just an introductory call. We just want to get to know you. There's no way that we can help you with your financial future if we don't know anything about you and your background, your experiences, and your story. The story of your money. This is so important to us, but this is where we refresh the financial plan, especially with all the changes that we're seeing in today's economy and market. We use a risk-first approach to help protect your money and optimize your overall portfolio. We provide a review of your taxes, see if there's any way we can put more money in your pocket and less in Uncle Sam's, and we always evaluate the estate plan. Listeners, we want to put a peace of mind to your wealth plan for the rest of your life, providing a clear picture of your financial future. Now, Morgan, you mentioned this is complimentary and no obligation for the next 10 callers. But how can they reach out to schedule these conversations?
Two ways. You mentioned it. Phone number and text. Here it is. 800-948-1216. That's 800-948-1216. Or just simply text NOBLE to 600-700. That's NOBLE to 600-700. 10 spots. They will go fast. 800-948-1216 or text NOBLE to 600-700.